Hari Om. We shall chant from the third verse of the second chapter, fourth Valli. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshanscha maithunan etenaiva vijanati किमत्र परिशिष्यते एतद् वै तत् स्वप्नान्तं जागरितान्तं चोभौ येनानुपश्यति महान्तं विभुमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति य इमं मद्वदं वेद आत्मानं जीवमन्तिकात् ईशानं भूतभव्यस्य न ततो विजुगुप्सते एतद् वै तत्. So Yamraji has given the main teaching to Nachiketa, but still the reality being very subtle, it is the main thing is being indicated through various different ways. So Yamraji says that our senses by nature are outgoing, but only a rare few wise seeker, they stop this natural flow of the senses and turn them within and realize that self. So this is pratyahar, turning the senses within, and then we can follow the path of dharana, dhyan, and culminating in samadhi. So in that samadhi avastha, one recognizes that supreme self, which is the knower behind all that is known. So through our senses, through our mind, it is the self alone which is the ultimate knower. Everything else is known, is known. These objects are known, and I am the knower. I, the self, am the knower. I not only know the outside world, but I know the body, I know the senses, I know the mind. So all of them are known, drishya, and the Atma is the drashta. Atma is the drashta of the Jagrat, the Swapna avastha. And one who recognizes this self becomes free of all grief. This self alone is the enjoyer, the jiva, gives life to this inert body, is the master of the past and the future. So that is this, what you had asked, He Nachiketa, etad vai tata. This is that supreme reality. So it is now indicated in all these verses. So let us see the sixth verse. Yaha purvam tapaso jatam adbhya purvam ajayata guham pravishya tishthantam yo bhute bhirvipashyata etad vai tata yah purvam tapaso jatam adbhya purvam ajayata. Etad vai tata. This is that supreme reality which is different from dharma, adharma, from past and future, from cause and effect. This is that supreme truth which alone expresses through this matter. So this Purusha alone is expressing through all this matter. So what you call that, the first expression is the Mahat Tattva. So that Mahat Tattva, Purusha, expressing through this Mahat Tattva, is also called the Hiranyagarbha, is the firstborn. So here in this mantra, that Hiranyagarbha is being referred to. So Purusha alone is first born as Hiranyagarbha. So Yaha Purvam Tapaso Jatam, through, as though by the tapas, the first manifestation is of Hiranyagarbha. Purusha expressing through the Sattva Pradhan Prakriti, that is this Mahat Tattva, and Purusha expressing through that is called Hiranyagarbha. So it is said that when everything is in pralay, there is no expression of this world. In that Prakriti, there is no expression of the world. And from that only, as though Ishvara is just in that unmanifest state, as though, and through his tapas alone is first that Hiranyagarbha is born. So various ways the creation is described in our scriptures. And this Hiranyagarbha is Adbhya Purvam Ajayata, is born before the Mahabhut, before the Tanmatras, before the Ahankar. So Adbhyaha means before the waters. Your waters represents all the elements. So that Purusha alone is born as Hiranyagarbha before all the elements. And that Purusha alone, Guham Pravishya Tishthantam, enters the cave. Which cave? Here cave means the cave of our heart, the cave of the heart of all the beings. So entering the cave of the heart of all beings, it enlivens everyone and everything. And Bhutebhir Vipashyata, and along with all the elements and entering the cave of the heart of all beings, it experiences, it sees, it experiences this world. It is as though just like our dream, we create the dream and we as though enter the dreamer, and after entering the dreamer, we experience the dream world. Similarly, that Purusha through Prakriti manifests this world and enter each and every being and experiences the world. Just as in a drama also, the person writes the whole drama and also enters the drama and acts as the various characters there. Similarly, that supreme reality, along with its Prakriti, which is its Maya, which is its power, it projects this world and enters the world as though, and experiences the world from individual standpoint. So Ishvara not only knows the world from a general standpoint, but also knows from a particular standpoint. He not only knows everything at once, but also knows from individual standpoint. That is how the whole thing is. So Guham Pravishya Tishthantam. Therefore, if we want to recognize our own self, we have to enter this Guha of our own heart. So the heart is indicated as a Guha. As a Guha means a cave. Just as a cave is also very dark within, and sometimes it goes on and on. Similarly, our heart is also very what you call difficult to comprehend. But through meditation, we can enter our heart and recognize that self, recognize that Ishvara seated in our own heart. So guham pravishya tishtantam yo bhutebihi vipashyata, and along with all the elements, along with all the beings, it is that Purusha alone who experiences this world as individual beings. There's a very interesting story in Bhagavad where Bhagwan Krishna was playing with his friends. He had gone to the forest with all his friend circle, along with the cows and calves, and he was playing there. It's a story. And Brahmaji got little confused. He said that, what is this? I heard that Krishna is Sakshat Brahma, Sakshat that Purusha, Purushottama. But here he is seen playing with these boys and eating their, what you call, their food, jhutha. So he was confused. So what he did is he tried to test Bhagwan Krishna. So he took the form of a huge, what you call, a being, like a Ajgar, big, huge one. And all the Gop and Gopas and all those, what you call, animals were there. They all entered his body. Then he closed his mouth. And Bhagwan himself was left outside. So Bhagwan knew this trick of Brahmaji, and he thought that let him play his game and let me play my game. So Bhagwan himself, through himself, he projected all those his friends and all the cows and calves, everything he projected as they were. And again he started playing with them. And in the evening he came back home along with all those. And this went on, every day is to go, play, come back. It went on for 1 month. Himself he became everyone, including the cows. And nobody realized. And the mothers and all felt that nowadays this child is behaving little better. Anyway. So this story, then Brahmaji also realized that he is Sakshat Brahma. So through these stories, what is conveyed is that one, that Supreme Purusha alone has become everything. All of us are that Purusha alone, playing different roles at the same time. The Purusha is not only the speaker but also the listener at the same time. The Purusha himself plays the role of a happy person, a sad person, an angry person, good person, bad person. Himself plays the role of an animal, bird, plant, the Devatas. He himself is the one who is worshipping, and he is the one who is receiving whatever is offered. So that is the play of this one Purusha alone. So yaha purvam tapasaha jatam, he is born first as Hiranyagarbha, before all the elements, before all. So the first expression is as Hiranyagarbha. Then further it expresses as ahankar, as sattvic, rajasic, tamasic ahankar. Then further expresses as mana, indriyas, pancha mahabhut, tanmatras, etc. So guham pravishya tishtantam yo bhutebhir vipashyata. So entering the cave of our heart, that Ishvara alone is playing, is seeing everything. Etad vaitata, this is that. Hey Nachiketa, what you have asked, this is it. This is what it is. For this we require special vision, special practice, special ability to experience, to see it, but it is there. Just as before they discovered the secrets of atoms, secrets of this world, they were there. But it required special ability to discover them. Similarly, to recognize that self, we have to put forth special effort. So, etad vai tata, this is that. So these are all various indicators. Further, it says, Ya pranena sambhavati aditir devata mayi guham pravishya tishthantim ya bhute bhirvajayata etad vaitat ya pranena sambhavati aditir devata mayi. Yes, etad vaitata. So this Purusha alone, again that same thing is expressing as Hiranyagarbha, and Hiranyagarbha is indicated here with a different name as Aditi, feminine name, Aditi. Aditi is the mother of all the Devatas. So Hiranyagarbha is also like a mother of all the Devatas. He is the main Devata, and all other Devatas are also born from this Hiranyagarbha alone. So he is indicated here as Aditi. So Aditi hi Devata Mayi, who is of the nature of all the Devatas. All Devatas are again the expression of that Purusha in all this Prakriti. In the various expressions of Prakriti, that Purusha alone is called Devata. Within our body also, that Purusha alone is expressing through our eyes, through our ears. So they are also called the Devatas. Devata means Dyotanat Deva, that which illumines everything is called Devata, the consciousness. So Aditi, that Hiranyagarbha, is of the very as though the mother of all the Devatas. And Ya pranena sambhavati, and is also endowed with prana, with life. So it is that Hiranyagarbha alone who gives, enlivens all this matter. So sometimes Hiranyagarbha itself is also called prana. So he is the one who enlivens all this matter. So consciousness, when expresses through this subtle our mind and our buddhi and all, expresses as life also. So it is not only expressing as consciousness, it also expresses as life. So pranena sambhavati aditir devata mayi guham pravishya tishthantim. Again the same thought. Entering the guha, entering the cave, she abides. Aditi is feminine here. She remains there in the cave. Ya bhute bhir vajayata, and is born along with all the elements, along with all the beings. Bhut also means beings. Bhut also means all the elements. So ya bhute bhir vajayata, etad vaitata. These are. That is what you were asking here, Nachiketa. It's a very ancient, this language, the language of the Upanishad, very ancient, but through this various expression, the truth is being indicated. So, pranena sambhavati aditir devata mayi guham praveshya tishthantim ya bhute bhir vajayata. So, we have to enter this guha and recognize that Purusha who has become Aditi, who is expressing as life in everyone, we have to recognize that Supreme Purusha as our own self. Again, further. Aranyornihito jata vedaha Garbha iva subhruto garbhini bihi dive dive idyo jagruvad bihi havishmat bihi manushye bihiragnihi etad vai tat aranyor nihito jata vedah garbhaiva subhruto. It says that that same Purusha which is there in our own heart, which is born as Hiranyagarbha, that same Purusha is worshipped by even those who perform those various rituals. So in the good old days, or even now, we have this ritual wherein we invoke, we what you call in the fire, in that Yajna Kunda, we invoke the presence of the Devata and offer the various ahutis. So that Devata, that Agni which is invoked in that Yajna is also that same Purusha. It is not different from that Purusha. What it means is that whatever we are worshipping in this world, in various forms, whether we worship as some devatas like Krishna or Rama or Shiva, or whether we worship other devatas, all of them are expressions of that Purusha alone. We are worshipping that Purusha alone. There is a very famous shloka which says that Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Just as when it rains, when the water falls down on the earth, it flows to the ocean. Wherever it goes, it ultimately flows to the ocean. Similarly, whatever we worship in this world, whomsoever we do namaskar, it goes to the same Lord. This one Ishvara alone. So that is being said here, that those ritualists who perform these various types of rituals invoking the fire, that fire is that Purusha alone in that form. So aranyor nihito jata vedaha garbha iba subhruto garbhini bihi dive dive idyo jagruvat bihi, those who are havishmat bihi, those who do that offering of this sacrifice in the fire, and those who are awake, those who are wise, those wise ritualists who are performing these various types of rituals and who invoke the fire. Actually, in the good old days, to invoke the fire, they had to rub those wooden pieces. They were called aranis. So the wooden pieces were taken, and one block of other wood was taken, and it was churned. So through this churning, the fire was invoked, kindled, and that fire was used for all this yajna. So that is being indicated here. Ki aranyor nihito jata vedaha. The jata veda means the fire which is hidden in those urnis, that is invoked, and that fire is kept in a very protected way, because that fire should not go away. So they will protect the fire. After kindling the fire, they will protect the fire, and that fire was used for the yajna, and it was kept burning. So here the example is given. They used to protect the fire like a pregnant woman protect the fetus in her womb. So garbha iva subhruto garbhini bihi, like a pregnant lady protects her that fetus. In the same way, those who perform this yajna, they protect this fire. And every day, dive dive idyo jagruvat bihi, every day they worship this fire. Havishmat bihi manushye bihi agnihi. This Agni is worshipped by these men when they are doing this sacrifice. Yamraj ji says that what they are worshipping is this Purusha alone. Someone, they may know it, they may not know it, but what they are worshipping is this Purusha alone. Etad vai tata. This is that Purusha which is being worshipped. So in modern our days, we have to understand that whatever we are worshipping, whatever we are invoking as great, is ultimately that Purusha alone. In Gita also Bhagavan says, if you worship me, understanding me as supreme, you will attain me. But if you worship me as what you call as matter or as the various forces, you will attain them. You can reach up till that. But if you worship me, you will attain me. Like in Ramayana, again, there is a very beautiful story. When Ramchandraji came to Mithila to lift that bow, all other kings and princes and all of them were present. And when they saw Ramchandraji, each one of them saw him in a different way. Some of them saw him like an ordinary person. Some saw him like a great king. Some saw him like Ishta Devata, their own Ishta Devata. Some looked at him as Sakshat, that Brahma alone. Tulsidas ji writes कि जिनकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मुहूर्त तिन देखी तैसी. So whatever be their bhavana, in that way alone they saw Bhagwan. But ultimately Bhagwan was that supreme Brahma alone. So similarly, whatever we worship in this world is that Purusha alone. So etad vai tata. Mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. In Gita, Bhagwan says, in whatever path one follows, they are following my path alone. Ultimately, they will attain me alone. So this is a very interesting and important thought which is conveyed in this mantra. So etad vai tata. Further, yataschodeti suryah astam yatra cha gacchati tam devas sarve arpitaah tadunatyeti kaschana etad vai tata. Yataschodeti suryah astam yatra cha gacchati. Etad vai tata. In the very most ancient our prayer, we have what you call this Gayatri mantra. Om bhurбhuvah svah tasya viturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. In this Gayatri mantra, we are praying to that Parameshwar only, the Purusha only, expressing through that sun, and that sun represents again Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, a sun, represents Hiranyagarbha alone. So here when it is said Suryah, it means the sun. So yataha cha udeti Suryah. What is that Purusha? Purusha is that from whom rises the sun also. Sun means Hiranyagarbha is also born from that Purusha alone. So yataha cha udeti Suryah astam yatra cha gacchati. And this Hiranyagarbha also merges into that Purusha alone. And tam deva sarve arpitaha. And all devatas, other devatas also depends on this Hiranyagarbha, depends on that Purusha alone. Tadu natyeti kaschana. And no one can transcend this Purusha. No one can go beyond this Purusha. So this is that Purusha. This is yourself. This is what you had asked. Etad vai tata. So yatascha udeti suryah. So So this Hiranyagarbha is the first manifestation from that Purusha. And it is Hiranyagarbha alone is there as what you call enlivening our own mind, our own intellect. And this, what you call this, part of this Mahat alone is there as Chitta in us. So when our own mind becomes pure, when our Chitta becomes pure, we become more and more, we can identify with this Hiranyagarbha. And that is the sadhana. When we pray, even that Gayatri mantra is a prayer that please illumine my intellect, give me that knowledge so that I can recognize that Supreme. So when my mind and my Chitta becomes pure, I identify with that Hiranyagarbha. So Purusha is one from whom rises the sun of Hiranyagarbha and sets there. And all the Devatas also are dependent on that Purusha alone. Nobody can transcend that Purusha. So etad vaitata. Further. Yadeveha tadamutra yad amutra tadanviha mrityo samrityum apnoti ya iha naneva pashyati yadeveha tadamutra yadamutra tadanviha. Again, another very important thought conveyed. Ki yad eva iha tad amutra. Whatever is here, that alone is there. And whatever is there, that alone is here. What it there means that in that Purusha. And here means the manifested world, what we see. So whatever we see here, the essence of this is that Purusha alone. And whatever is that Purusha, that alone is expressing this world. This is a very important point which Vedanta conveys, which is similar point is conveyed in that mantra which we chant every day. Which mantra we chant every day? Yes, Purnamada. So Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Okay, this is Purna, that is Purna. From that Purna alone this Purna has come. And when this Purna is removed from Purna, Purna alone will remain. It's a very complex mathematics like. But what it means is that that which is transcendental, that itself is appearing like this world. And that which is this world alone is that Supreme. What we have to eliminate from our mind is the notion of difference. The difference only lies in the name and form. The name and form is different. Essentially, the tattva is same. The Purusha alone is expressing as this world, and this world is nothing but Purusha. So, yad eva iha tad amutra. Yad amutra tadan viha. Just as suppose we make some ornaments from gold. So we see bangles, we see necklaces, we see earrings, we see various types of ornaments. So when I am seeing a ring, इतना बड़ा रिंग नहीं होता, अच्छा चलो. When I am seeing a bangle, sometimes these big rings are also there. When I am seeing a bangle, I say that I am seeing a bangle. But what I am really seeing is gold. And when I am saying that I am seeing a gold, what I am really seeing is a bangle. Because the bangle is nothing but gold, and gold is nothing but bangle. They are not different. Difference is there only in name and form. If you remove the concept of name and form, then all is same. That is a very important point. So what we are seeking, that supreme reality, we are seeking it in this world alone, but going at a deeper and deeper level of this world. If I see even a block of this piece of material here, if I see to the very core of it, what I will see is Brahma alone. If I go to the very depth of it, I will see that Brahma alone. And that is what the philosophy is there behind all scientific, discoveries also. Science is also trying to see what is the core of it. But what it does, it tries to make it more and more sukshma. So after breaking it into finer pieces, what we will discover is it is made up of molecules. Then we will understand it is made up of atoms. We will understand that it is made up of some energy. But Vedanta says that what you are seeing outside is only at one level itself. Subtler than that are your senses. So if you want to see what is the essence of it, from here you should go to your senses. From your senses you should go to your mind. From your mind you have to go to the ahankar. From the ahankar you have to go to asmita. From that you will reach that Purusha. So when we go to the depth of it, we are reaching the Purusha alone. Science is not going to the depth of it. It is only seeing finer and finer, but still it is seeing. The eyes are seeing. What we have to do is, from what I am seeing, we have to go to the one who is seeing it. Then only we will go to the depth of it. And when we reach the depth, we will encounter the same reality. So what is there is here. What is here is there. In the beginning, we see the world as world. And we experience or we understand God as something different from world. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, Bhagavan has conveyed this in a very beautiful way. If you remember the 9th chapter, Bhagavan says that I pervade this whole world. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. Then he says, Masthani sarva bhutani. Then he says, Nachaham teshu avastitaha. Then he says, Nachamasthani bhutani. 4 important statements Bhagavan makes. The first is, the world is there and I pervade the world. Second is, the world exists in me. Third is, I don't exist in the world, means I don't depend on the world. And fourth is, in me there is no world. These are 4 very important statements. These are like 4 steps towards attaining the supreme understanding of that supreme reality. First thing which a person experiences in this world is this world only. When I am born, I experience the world of matter. And the scriptures, the first thing, the basic lesson in scripture is that God is existing in this world. He is not seen, but He is present in this world. सब में भगवान है, दिखाई नहीं देते हैं. हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना. God is present in this world. So we have the notion that world is there and God is there somewhere. He is present, cannot be seen. The second statement is that God is not present in the world is present in God. This is a very important step which one takes when one goes on this path of spirituality, that God is not in the world is in God. This is a very important lesson. In Gita also, Bhagavan in 7th chapter also he says, Nacha aham teshu te mai. I am not in them, they are in me. There's a whole shift in our vision that God is not in the world is in God. Those who think God is in the world, they will go here and there in search of God. They go to places. Those who think God is in the world, they will go to Manas Sarovar or Jamnotri, Gangotri, Haridwar, Rishikesh and Badrinath, Kedarnath. But when we understand that the world is in God, God is much bigger than the world. God is much subtler than the world. The world exists in God. So the whole concept, whole vision is shifted. Then the third statement is that world depends on God. God doesn't depend on the world. The existence of God doesn't depend on the world. Nacha aham teshu avastitaha. Bhagavan says, I am not dependent on the world. World exists. God can exist without world. World cannot exist without God. So I don't depend on the world. And final statement, in God there is no world. God alone is there. That has been conveyed here in a different way. Okay, what is there is here. What is here is there. We have to improve our vision and see that Supreme here and now. So yad eva iha tad amutra, that which is here is there, and that which is there is here. And one who sees this becomes free of all bondage. But one who sees differences, mrityo samrityam apnoti ya iha naneva pashyati. One who sees differences, nana. Nana in Sanskrit means differences. So, one who sees differences. One who thinks Brahma is different and world is different. One who thinks God is different and world is different. Such a person who doesn't have the proper vision goes from death to death. Samrityo samrityam apnoti means gets bound in this world, remains in this samsara, takes different life forms and experiences the joys and sorrows of this world. So one should not see any difference. One should see that supreme truth as it is. Just as that example of rope and snake, the rope is there and we see it as a snake. So there itself, if we look at the snake properly, we will be able to see the rope. So if we want to see the rope, we have to look at the snake alone. And those who know that rope will tell us that what is there in the rope is there in the snake. What is there in the snake is there in the rope. They are not two different. They are one only. And that one is that rope alone, not the snake. So mrityo samrityam apnoti yaha iha naneva pashyati. So one who sees differences remains tied down to this samsara. So how to recognize that supreme reality? What is the method? So here in the next verse, Bhagavan says, Manasevedam aptavyam neha nasti kinchana mrityo samrityum gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati manasevedam aptavyam neha nasti kinchana mrityo samrityum gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. He says that manasa eva idam aptavyam. We can realize, we can attain that self with the help of our mind alone. Mind alone is the cause of bondage, and mind alone can help us to become free of this bondage. Your mind means all the inner instrument, mana, buddhi, chitta, hankar. So manasa eva idam aptavyam. When the mind is malign, when the mind is impure, when there are a lot of likes and dislikes, raga, dvesha and all, then we get bound. But as the mind becomes more and more pure, we are able to recognize our own self. When the mind is rajasic, tamasic, it goes outward. It goes into names and forms. But as the mind becomes more and more sattvic, it goes within. You must have experience. When you are like here also satsang, you are coming, more you become more contemplative. चुपचाप एकदम बैठते सुनते स्वामी जी को, contemplative. But if you go to some parties and all, then it becomes more extrovert. So mind alone takes us out in this world of name and form, and mind alone takes us within. In Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan taught Arjuna that the art of meditation. Then Arjuna said that, okay, Bhagavan, what you said is very good, but I cannot practice. He says, what is your problem? He says, my mind is very restless. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramathi balavadrudam tasyaham nigraham manne vayoriva sudushkaram. That my mind is very chanchal. It doesn't remain at one place. It keeps on running in objects, from one object to another object. And it is very, what you call, turbulent, very strong, and very, what you call, it has got great stamina. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramathi balavad dhrudam. It is chanchal, it is pramathi, turbulent, then balavat, very strong, and dhrudam. Dhrudam means great stamina, great staying power. Mind holds on to some objects and all and doesn't leave it only. Some people are attached to certain things throughout their life. Becomes difficult to come out of it. So it's very difficult. Oh Bhagwan, I understand meditation, very nice, but I cannot do it. Bhagwan says, true, it's not only the problem with your mind, but it is with everyone's mind. But there is a upaya, there is a method, there is a solution. He says, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. That through abhyas and through vairagya, you can make your mind quiet. You can constant practice, and with cultivating vairagya, the mind can become quiet. Mind is restless because of habit and because of ignorance. Because it feels that there is some joy outside, it goes through the senses. And going out into the world of objects has become a habit. So mind works on the basis of habit. You must have observed in your own life. A lot of things we do out of habit. People get up on Sunday and go to work also. And then they realize to Sunday hai. Habit. If we are given another lifetime, we will live in the same way, committing the same mistakes also. It's made up of habits, this mind. That is one thing. Another, it has a lot of misunderstanding. So that misunderstanding that there is joy in the world is removed through vairagya. And habit is rectified through abhyas. So constant abhyas when we do, we can create a new habit in the mind. And by cultivating vairagya, we can teach the mind that what you are looking is not out there, is within. So manasa eva, in Gita Dhyan also we chant, ki dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha. That yogis see that truth by their mind, but the mind which has gone into dhyana avastha, then we will be able to recognize. So मन को जो है शांत एंड शुद्ध करना चाहिए. सो मनसा एव इदम आप्तव्यम नेह नानास्ति किंचन. He says that there is no nana, nana chacha, कोई नहीं है. There is no differences, no nana, neha nanasti kinchana. But one who sees nana, one who sees differences, mrityo samrityam gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. One who sees differences goes from death to death, means goes from one lifetime to another lifetime, goes on and on and on, constantly taking birth in different lifetimes. Now we are born here on this earth with this all the history, geography, whatever is there on earth. This is where we are born. But if we continue, we might be born in some other world with some other history, geography, with some other type of life forms, and goes on. So mrityo samrityum gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. It's like a person who has gone to sleep. When we go to sleep, we dream. So in our throughout our night, we have multiple dreams. That's what they say. Many dreams. So it's like we go to sleep, we dream, then again we are in deep sleep, then again we dream, then again deep sleep state. So multiple dreams are there. And finally we wake up. And sometimes we remember the last dream. Similarly, and all these dreams might not have any connection with each other. They are totally different. Similarly, all our lifetimes, life forms are like different dreams, unconnected. So we die in one dream and are born in another dream. So mrityo samrityam gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. Therefore, purify your mind, meditate, and recognize your own self. In order to help us to meditate, the teacher is giving us some technique, some adhar in the next verse. Angushtamatram purusho madhyah. Sorry, nay. Angushtamatra purushah madhya atmani tishtati ishano bhuta bhavyasya natato vijugupsate etad vaitat angushtamatra purushah madhya atmani tishtati ishano bhuta bhavyasya etad vaitat. Angushtamatra purushah. This purushah, we have to meditate on this purushah. So how should we meditate? For meditation there should be some adhar, some support. So the scripture is giving us a support here, that you just imagine that Purusha of the size of your thumb. Angushta matra, of the matra, of the size of our thumb. Not that really it is of that size, but one has to imagine the Purusha of the size of the thumb. And present where? Present madhya atmani, in this body itself. Where? In our heart. So heart is generally indicated, the physical heart is indicated as of the size of our fist. And the thumb, when it takes what you call, if you keep it inside the fist, it is like it sets in very nicely inside. So this thumb is also represents our own personality, the ego. And in that ego itself is that asmita, and in that asmita itself is the Purusha. If you have studied palmistry and all, they see how your thumb is. thumb represents our personality. How we keep the thumb. When we were animals, our thumbs were attached to, in some chimpanzees and all, they were attached to the other fingers. Human being became equipped to use their hands as a good weapon and good instrument when the thumb became separated from the fingers. Then we can hold things. If your thumb is attached to, then it becomes difficult. Then you can enter. So thumb is important. So thumb, when it gets separated from the fingers, then only we can use our palm in an effective way. In palmistry, actually, the way the thumb is and how far it is away from the finger determines your personality also. So thumb represents ego, our aham. But in that ego itself is that asmita, and within that asmita itself is that purusha hidden as the drashta. So if we want to meditate, we have to meditate on the purusha as the size of a thumb. Or we can meditate on purusha as that ahankar, and within that ahankar the asmita as amness. And when we meditate, we will be able to recognize that purusha. So angushta matra, so this is just a help. If it becomes difficult to contemplate on purusha in his unmanifest form, we can just imagine that he is of the size of a thumb deep in our heart. So this is like a sagun upasana, sagun dhyan, vyakta dhyan. In Bhagavad Gita also Arjuna asks Bhagwan, which is better, a vyakta dhyan or vyakta dhyan? Bhagwan says both of them will lead you to the same goal. But for those who find it difficulty means those who are attached to their body, they will find it difficult to meditate on the avyakta, the unmanifest. So you meditate on the manifest. So this is just a help. That imagine that Purusha deep in the heart of the size of the thumb as though, and when we meditate, our mind will become more and more pure, and when it becomes pure, we will be able to understand the Purusha in its real form. So angushta matra Purusha madhye atmani tishtati Ishano bhuta bhavyasya. He is the Ishana, he is the Lord of the past and the future. And recognizing this Lord, na tato vijugupsate, one no longer then fears anything. One becomes free of all fear. Etadvai tata. This is that Purusha. Etadvai tata. Okay. So we will stop here and meditate. So bring your attention in the present moment, in the present place, with your eyes closed. Become aware of your mind. Your mind has the impressions of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha. With your eyes closed, the mind is still having the impressions of various forms, various sounds, smell, touch, taste. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om